Hey everybody, all my fellow Fenn treasure hunters out there. If you're like me, you're a little bummed out because you thought you knew where the treasure was and somebody beat you to it. But anyways, we'll get started here. Where warm waters halts, that is upper falls of Yellowstone River, just out because that's where the calm Yellowstone River turns into the rough Yellowstone. So that's what he means by warm waters halts. And taking in the canyon. Oh, and I was able to get the starting location and the end location in the same picture here. It's this little arch right here. Sunlight Creek and Miner Basin. But anyways, let's get back to the beginning. So you take it in the canyon down, not far, but too far to walk. And if you look at this distance, it is not too far, but it's too far to walk. So that makes sense. Put in below the home of Brown. Just outside of Gardner here is the Joe Brown put in. That one's pretty obvious. And he even said the clues get easier as you go. But from there, it's no place for the Meek. That's up here where Joseph Meek got chased into Miner Basin by the Blackfoot Indians. So no place for the Meek. The end is ever drawing nigh. That just means if you look here, or we can zoom in now. Yeah. Miner Basin. The end is ever drawing nigh. Nigh just means to the left. So he means enter Miner Basin. And then there'll be no paddle up your creek. Miner Creek is your creek because if you're looking for gold, that makes you a miner. So that's why he says it's your creek. There'll be no paddle up your creek, just heavy loads and water high. Heavy loads refers to the geology back here of it was volcanic eruption and then a forest would grow. And then it was just lava on top of forest, on top of lava, on top of forest. So that's what he means back here by heavy loads. And water high just refers to these mountaintops have snow on them for the majority of the year. And then the last important verse was, if you've been wise and found the blaze. If you read his memoir, he tells you he was back in this area with his friend Donnie. And he said they used some mountain man wisdom. And they knew the sun rised in the east. So that was his hint to Sunlight Creek back here. This is where Sunlight Creek starts back here in this with alpha or omega symbol, which we'll get to later. And so Miner Creek comes all the way in here to the back of Miner Basin, and Sunlight Creek starts, or you can start going up Sunlight Creek right here. And if you notice, see this ridge line right here, how good it draws to the left. This is part of the end is ever drawing nigh. So he wants you to go up Sunlight Creek. And then, so this is where you go. You take the Sunlight Creek Road back to this parking lot right here. And now we have the parking lot and the final treasure location in view. So what Forrest did was he parked in this parking lot right here, and he took the trail right around this creek, and he put the treasure somewhere right around here, I believe. Because this explains how he was able to make 2 trips from his car to the treasure chest. This is like a real short, maybe probably 15-minute walk if you walk slow. Okay, so if you've been wise and found the blaze, I guess this is where it gets a little up to speculation, but I think the blaze was a group of aspen trees somewhere in this area. And remember, Forrest told us that the treasure is wet. And if you look right here, this looks like a little kind of creek area. where I think he put the treasure back here, where like maybe throughout the year there's always a little trickle of water coming down here. But and look, here's a big F right here. Maybe this is the blaze. But yeah, this is where the treasure was. I would say this is where I was gonna go look in a couple weeks before that person beat me to it. But I hope you liked my solve, and let me know if you liked it or didn't like it. Oh, another interesting thing is this ridge line right here. See, this is where the treasure is. This ridge line right here is the border of Yellowstone National Park. So I believe Forrest was kind of taunting the feds by putting the treasure just outside the park boundary. So yeah, you know, it would be nice for some confirmation from Forrest, of course, so we could know he wasn't messing with us. But I hope you liked my video, and aloha.